I thought it was very much typical of an Abilene SFA game, very hard fought. We obviously got off to a great start, and then it settled into a typical game, I thought, between the two of us. And, we were able to sustain our lead. I think they tied us once in the second half, and we were able to maintain some momentum. I give them all the credit. I mean, they're tough kids. They're champions, and they won. I mean, I don't want to discredit my guys because I was really proud of the fight that our kids had. I don't think either team played their best, but you never get their best, each other's best in a game like this. I told everybody that, any of the first team to 65 or to 70 was going to win this game, and that's what happened. And that's the way they've all been like this. And was really pleased that we didn't turn the ball over like we have. I thought you get into a game like this, and when you score so easily early, you get comfortable. You forget what it took to get those points. And I've seen it for 32 years, 33 years of coaching. And it doesn't continue. You think, guys, they're going to score 140 points. Well, against good teams, they make adjustments. We try to make adjustments, and it just doesn't happen like that. And, the one guy really made some huge plays that probably goes unnoticed. What Day did. Nana had a good night. AJ had some big points, whatever. Nigel had some good points. But there's one guy who really impacted the game and nobody really knows or will see is Derek Tisano. And Derek made a huge jump shot for us with the clock running down, got multiple offensive rebounds with his effort, made some big defensive plays that goes unnoticed without stealing the ball or whatever. And he was the key, especially when things weren't going our way. So I want to make sure everybody knows what a great game Derek played. And really, when he got back from break, wasn't sure he could play. And he's given us everything he can. So I was really happy for him.
Coach, you mentioned the one time that ACU tied you guys in the second half. They did not have the lead for more than a minute of gameplay. How were you guys able to do that with your press U style?
I just think that we were more aggressive in the first half, and we're more physical in the first half, and we just made some shots and moved the ball, made some shots, and I don't think we shot it well all night long. You're not going to against them, and we got out in transition, scored some points. We had a bunch of shots not go in. Rati Ware probably missed 3 or 4 that were in and out, and so that was a difficult thing for us. And then really had a chance to blow them out. Really, and you're not going to run away from them, but really get up 20, and couldn't quite do it. They made a late run in the first half that got them back into it, and then we start out basically the second half with 2 turnovers. Step back 3, turnover. And then AJ turns it over, and then it's a dogfight the rest of the way. So I thought we were really aggressive. We forced a bunch of turnovers in the first half, and we were so passive second half. They were more aggressive, and that's why the score ended up the way it was. And but our guys had enough fight to win the game. I was really proud of them. It's a hard game to win. They're hard to play against, and I think we are too.
Coach, I know you got some guys back.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
And the hard part about getting some guys back, I mean, you're excited to get them back, but how do you assimilate them into your chemistry of what you're trying to do, right? Yeah. And that's the hard part. Guys have to sacrifice minutes, where their shots coming from. The rotations become different. You're playing now. We played 9 tonight, which is good, but guys, you won a lot of games with Rati Ware. And you want to play him, and he's not 100%. And Derek and Robbie have been in and out so much, and Latrell's learned a new position. We need Posey back desperately. He's probably the next one that returns, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. And Bobrun's probably 3 to 4 weeks still away. And I'm excited to get our team back. We won a good game tonight, and I think when we get our whole roster back, I still think, I'd like to think that the conference still runs through us.
You feel like the break at least helped kind of just revive you a little bit?
You know, Nathan, it's a great question. We've had our best 3 practices since October. And I think you felt that right in the first half.
Right, yeah, for sure.
We played differently. We competed. We were more aggressive. We were tougher. And you felt it with our team. And it's about sustaining it, right? We've watched us slosh through some games and win some games with maybe our shooting or something like that that's been able to win games for us, but not with our defense. And I thought you saw the first half. Our defense really won that first half. And that's what's kind of been, like Amanda's saying, that's the trademark of our team. You know, and then if we get our shooting and our defense going together, that's what I think makes this team have a chance to be special. And that's how we started this season, and then everything we just got the table pulled out from underneath us. So that's what's exciting to me is just, all right, and how quickly can we adjust to getting everybody back? Because we got a lot of guys used to playing a lot of minutes. And, you know, we have to, it's hard as players and hard as coaches to get the roster when you get that many guys back used to playing in rotations and not playing as many minutes. As, you know, I got a guy playing 30 minutes a game. We haven't had a guy ever play 30 minutes a game for me since I've been here. And we had a bunch of guys playing high 20s and some 30 minutes a game, and that's not how we've won here. And that's what makes your defense great. And we use the non-conference to teach playing defense right. And we weren't afforded that opportunity this year. So now we're having to teach as we get into conference play.
Yeah. And then I wanted to ask you about Arlington. Yeah, what do you
Yeah.
expect? Yeah.
You know, I have not watched any film on them. I know they have 10 new players. I talked to their coach about a week ago before Christmas. I know he was really fighting their team a little bit. Traditionally, it's been a great rivalry when both teams were in the Southland Conference. You know, they've had a terribly tough schedule. Played maybe one of the hardest schedules in our league. I don't know if they won tonight or not.
I didn't see actually, no.
I know they were at Tarleton State. They had maybe one of the best wins in our league last week when they went out to San Francisco and just beat the dog out of them. The score was not even reflective of how close the game was. They're a very good rebounding team. They're going to try to pound it inside, and we lack depth in our post play. So I'm nervous about that, just looking at statistics. You know, we'll be challenged. It's a quick turnaround. Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. You know, we got 9 guys. You know, I told them we were practicing tomorrow. Guys are like, oh, golly. So we'll be prepped and ready for what they do. I mean, it's a thing in the WAC, Thursday, Saturday, travel. But we're pretty good at playing on those quick turnarounds last year, and thankfully – we don't have to get on an airplane this time to do that, and it's a bus trip. I hope that we have a huge alumni base in Dallas, that we haven't played in Dallas but twice since I've been here, once in the NCAA tournament in American Airlines, and we played last year in Fort Worth at Dickey's, and we had a good crowd there, that we get a lot of alumni turnout. You know, I'll say this about Day as we get started, and people don't appreciate him, but he's in the top 10 in our league as a young player in points, rebounds, and I never give him a compliment. You know, I probably should compliment him more. Maybe he'd play better. But points, rebounds, field goal percentage, and I don't know. There's something else that he's in the top 10 in our league with. But, you know, he's done a great job for us, and all this with a messed up shoulder. Can't raise his left arm, you know, past 90 degrees. That's why you see all these one-handed rebounds. And he's really starting to rebound ball a lot better for us. And we need that from him. And if he'd have gotten matched up defensively tonight, he'd really had a good game. That's sarcasm for those of you.
Just a double-double?
I was trying triple-double.
Yeah,
But we have to have him.
Yeah, we were briefly talking in the hallway. You had 9 defensive rebounds out of your 11 total and then finished with 18 points. But you were just kind of just going in there. You didn't have the mentality of the overly defensive presence. You were just going up there. So break down, again, the continuous success, because back-to-back games of sustained success for you, but then, you know, that overly defensive presence for you with those 9 rebounds.
I feel like practicing this week has been really good for me. It's like the way you practice, the way you play. So I feel like I've been doing really good in practice on rebounding, so it translates to the game.
Did you
I kind of asked your coach too, but like, did you feel like kind of refreshing or whatever, like after a break, had kind of catch your breath over the break and to come back for tonight?
Yeah, I'd say after the break, I feel like everybody came back refreshed and came back with a different mentality. Everybody, like everything on our minds right now is to win a game at a time, and like just win the WAC. So we got to take game by game and like practice hard every day. We get the opportunity to practice just to win.
Coach, we briefly talked about how this game was going to be the difference of the turnover battle with the defensive styles clashing. They had 12 turnovers. You guys had 11. So what is that testament to maybe ACU and what their style of play was tonight on the offensive side, but then also credit to you guys because this is one of the lowest turnover games on offense that you guys have had all year.
Yeah, I thought our concentration level offensively was really good. You know, I thought we played off 2 feet better. We caught it better, passed it with more of a purpose. You know, we weren't reckless with it, and I think it helped us there. You know, I think both teams would tell you their defense wasn't very good, you know, and I think Coach Tanner would say the same thing about his team, just like we would say the same thing. I thought our defense in the first half was really good, and I think he would say for the whole game his defense wasn't any good. But I think our guys, when we had purpose, and Hunter, you missed this, you know, while you were on Christmas break still, but with Day-Day, you don't know what you guys were doing, getting a snack or something, right? But I think the game was so easy for us early, we relaxed. We got casual. Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
And that's when you really got to continue to concentrate and become better. But that's college kids, you know, and that's where maturity, and we don't have a lot of D1 experience on our team. And, you know, so you just see, it just happens. You know, you would like to say, golly, they scored 14 points in the first 4 minutes, and then it was up to 21 or 23 at the next timeout. You're thinking, oh, man, they're going to get to 100. And then we just kind of got stuck in neutral for a while. And, you know, I knew the game would be between 65 and 70. I thought it would. And it would have been that way if they hadn't fouled us at the end.
So a good number I'm seeing is total points. You had 4 guys in double figures on top of Day-Day. And I mean, you had Nana, who, you know, he's on and off when it comes to those points, but a lot of that came with the feeding inside. So talk about that paint play tonight.
I thought when we moved the ball side to side and Nana made himself available at the rim and we drove the ball to the rim, which forces help. Like Day-Day, one of his offensive rebounds because Rati drove the ball and forced Day-Day's man to help. And Rati missed a really tough layup. But Day-Day made himself available and finished with a slam dunk in the first half, if you guys remember that play. But if Rati had just pulled up, shot a jump shot, Day-Day wouldn't have gotten that offensive rebound because his man wouldn't have had to help. So a lot of Nana's baskets, even though, you know, somebody else got an assist, we had a high assist number tonight, maybe the most we've ever had against Abilene, because we were able to break their pressure of their defense and drive the ball against their defense, and Nana made himself available at the rim. And we probably spread them out more than we ever had against the way we played against them. Probably because we don't have a guy like Kinsmill in there to, you know, just soak up space in there. And so we probably spread them out more than we normally would. And I think having a short bench, we got used to playing a little bit slower. But we've got to start playing with pace and playing fast. And I think that's the way for us to win this league, and with the depth that we have and are about to have, you know, once we add Posey for sure, we got to start playing faster. Day-Day got comfortable walking up and down the floor. I got to get him out of that mode, because the biggest advantage he has, and he's unreal at what he does at his size, but the biggest advantage he has is his speed and quickness, and we got to play to it.
Well, get some rest. Enjoy.
That'll be Friday night.
On Friday night. And thank you guys for your time.
Thanks. Excellent.